Cucks, 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 Cucks. Cucks! Woo! What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Welcome to another episode of Cumia'S Cucks, everybody. How you doing? How we feeling today? It's 105. You know what it's all about. We do this show every Sunday, 105, and we just mow them down. Going on week 2 with another W, everybody. The Z-Man, the Mud Shark, has won again. And I can't thank you enough for all your support. We're doing it, everybody. Kevin Brennan show's falling apart. Bob Levy's desperately trying to stick it to Kevin with his Out of the Coffin shows. Tripling down, barely cracking 300 views. Kevin's having on Garbage People, Ski Mask, Ray DeVito, fucking nobody, Stevie Lou. He's got nothing. Look at this right out of the gate. A new member. Gift a membership to somebody, you guys. We got almost 300 members. Almost. We're there. We're like 4 away. So let's get there today. I got so much to get to. I did prep. E-Rock would be pleased with the Z-Man because I did prep. Uh-oh, my neighbor's pounding. Roger Saffel for super sticker of the day. Thanks, Roger. Thank you, Roger. Before we get going, I want to thank everyone for messaging me. And I want to thank right out of the gates. Fucking damn, hold on. This was a big one. This was a very big one. Hold on, guys. I know this is bad radio right now, but I have to thank somebody for really hooking me up. I put it on my Instagram stories. It was Jack. Jack sent me a very generous PayPal yesterday. He's a big fan of the show. He says he's in the chat a lot. He sent me $269.69 and just wrote gay stuff. But that was very nice. So thanks a lot, Jack. We got a lot of the people in the chat that are already members. We got Trent. He's here. Dennis is a member. Dr. Chow's in the house. Keena K. And of all OG Girth Brooks. Very good contributor. Thanks for joining, everybody. Where do we get started? I mean, there's so much going on in this universe. And before we get rolling, hit the like button. I think what we're going to do today for a hype train, if we crack 400 views and if we get 200 likes, you get yourself a hype train. That's just how we're going to do it today. And I got a good hype train today. It's one of the best. And it's actually giving back. Is this a really Danny Bonaducci here? Wow. That's great. You remember that fake fight you had with Bob Levy and he lied about it? That was fun. I think we're going to get started with Steel Toe right out of the gate. We haven't talked about him in a while. He's kind of drifted into obscurity. No one's paying attention. A lot of his diehards are turning against him. He can't crack 10,000 subs, which I find hilarious because that meant so much to him. It meant so much to crack. And you see this trajectory. He was on a roll. Then you find out he was buying subs. And it was just a mess. So the biggest news this week was probably the video that emerged with Joe, the producer, and the mugshot incident. And everyone was weighing in on it. Like, what do you think, Chad? Because as you know, I was going to be working with Joe, the producer, with my show. We had a deal in place. They came to Side Splitters with Shuley. Joe said I was hysterical. They want to get in the Mud Shark business. We had it all set up. We had conference calls. And then Gina Levy, Bob's wife, hears something on Twitter that wasn't true and flies off half-cocked and starts trashing my mother. And then Bob starts trashing me, and they're making fun of my brother that died, the 9-year-old. And it just all fell apart, and he told Joe, the producer, not to work with me. And then Bob Lee started tripling down on me. And now look at you, Bob. You're by yourself. Kevin got you off the show. Kevin woke up and realized, why am I giving this fucking dud $200 an episode, $50,000 a year? He does nothing. except smoke weed and giggle. So he threw him to the side like garbage. And Levy, of course, has a huge ego, so he wants to stick it to Kevin, and he's doing Out of the Coffin 3 days a week and doing podcasts, even though he says he doesn't have to do podcasts anymore because he can retire. He's makes so much money. But why are you doing so many podcasts? Because you got to make up that money Kevin was giving you. That's why. Barely clacking 300. Your show's unwatchable, Bob. Out of the Coffin sucks. Disabled's in here. He's a troublemaker, Disabled. This guy causes problems. I like him. He's been an ally of mine for a long time. But he's into hijinks.
Smoke weed every day.
All right. So anyways, Joe the producer, a video emerges. I guess that went viral on TikTok. He's in a cancer ward. I guess he was doing some freelance work down in Melbourne, Florida. And some of you guys found this video, sent it to me. And unlike Steel Toe and a bunch of people, I didn't pile on, even though Bob yanked opportunity out of Joe's hand to work with me. He could have got paid, could have had some fun, but I'm not a pile on guy. And I know there's always more context to all this shit. But leave it to Steel Toe, of course. If he smells a pile on, he's running to it. And then he's going to claim victory. Jacob C says Levy made 398 in super chats on his last solo Out of the Coffin show. Well, that's more than Kevin paid him. So still, literally all he had to do was just show up to Kevin's show and giggle and make fun of people's appearances. That's all Bob had to do. And then Bob fucked around, fence sitting, kissing up to Cumia, showing his allegiance to Shuli. Listen to me. I know how to work Kevin. Kevin, I know how to work him. Trust me. Just listen to me. No one listened to you, Bob. You're stupid. You talked Kevin out of interviewing Brian Johnson. And then he woke up and realized, why am I paying this fucking loser all this money? Listen to me. And just watch what happens next week. The further and further they get apart, they're going to trash each other. Bob's ego is going to kick in and start trashing Kevin. I know how this clown works. I know how these clowns work. The Ghost of Mr. P, $1.99. Bob's a clown hack. Shuli is a snake. All right, so let's get to it. So Joe the producer's video goes viral. It's not a good-looking video. I'll say that right out of the gate. I don't know the context of this video or what happened. Were these people that Joe working for, were they fucking assholes? Did he had enough? He just blew up. He couldn't handle it anymore. You know, it's a bad look that it's in a cancer center. But watch this fucking Steel Toe. And I'm telling you, this is all ego. This is all narcissism. Because let me set it up. You remember the Ray DeVito interview with Steel Toe. And Ray was so stupid, he didn't realize what was going on. Steel Toe was the laughing stock of the internet. Everyone was making fun of him. And it was way above Ray's. He had no idea what was going on. So Joe, the producer, had to step in and call out Steel Toe for all this shit that's going on online. So Steel Toe at the time says, I didn't mind the questioning. You know, Joe, the producer, is doing a good work. Then now all of a sudden that tone has changed. Since Joe, the producer, got some embarrassing shit out there, his tune has changed completely. So let's watch a little bit of Aaron and his stupid, and I mean dumbass fucking wife pretend like they own this guy. This is a Steel Toe morning show. We all know it. None of us love it, but we know it. Unfortunately, it's still there.
Episode is titled Aaron Was Wrong and Aaron Was Right. We got stories that I was wrong about today. We've been through some of those. Now we got some stories I was right about. One of the things I was right about was that sack of shit producer Joe, that slimy little cunt. I am so glad that he turned out to be a wormy little fucker. I'll tell you this, that universe, man, it is fun to watch for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, not for the ones they intended.
Yeah. It's not conducive to having a good show long-term, but it's conducive for a lot of great short-term entertainment.
Do we, at the end of things, have to thank Stuttering John?
Do we have to
for
thank
not only
Stuttering
starting this
John?
whole fiasco, but ending it?
Technically.
I think we have to thank him.
Technically,
Send him a case of Cumia'S.
yeah. I mean,
She's such an idiot.
Stuttering John killed his own creation in a way. I mean, it was kind of true. Like him
Yeah.
retiring forced them to do other things, and we're finding out they don't really have a lot of other
can't
things to
do
do.
Right.
And it's kind of
He's saying this about Shuli, and he's saying this about Carl. He's saying that he's calling you guys out, Carl Steele. Oh, and I want to talk about Carl. I want to thank, you're going to find this very hard to believe. Let me take a second out here. I want to thank Carl from Rochester. It's kind of like when Michael Jordan thanked Isaiah Thomas in his Hall of Fame speech. He's like, you guys probably are not going to believe this, but I want to thank Isaiah Thomas because he thanked him because he motivated Michael to win the championships. I want to thank Carl from Rochester, of all people. Here, we're going to get into the steel toe stuff. I want to thank him because Kevin struck my channel. He's losing his mind. He's running around. He's striking channels left and right. And I've never had that happen. So somebody said, you should reach out to Carl because Stuttering John struck his channel and he appealed it and he won. So I'm like, he's not going to answer me back. And they're like, you would be surprised. And I'm like, all right, let's see. So I wrote him an email saying, hey, listen, I don't expect a response, but any help would be greatly appreciated. I don't hate you. I know it's been weird. He wrote back and was totally cool. Told me what I needed to do and wished me luck. And I did not expect it. I got to be honest with you. I did not expect it. I was blown away that he actually wrote back and he wasn't being cunty. He wasn't being a dick. And I was like, huh. And then I started thinking, wait a second. I can't like Carl. I can't. And I'm like shaking my head. I'm like, I hate him, right? Do I? I was like, okay, let me go watch some stuff of his and I can hate him again. And then I start watching. I'll watch his band, the Weezer cover band, the Isotopes, the Nerds. I was like, that'll get me back. And then I watched him cover the song Black Betty by Ram Jam. And he's an excellent guitar player. Watch this. I was fucking livid watching this because I was like, oh, they're going to cover. Oh, this is going to be a fucking nightmare. These fucking dorks. Watch this. It's one of my favorite songs, by the way. Oh. It's one of my favorite songs, Black Betty by Ram Jam. My karaoke. Look at Carl. He's a good guitar player. This fucking dickhead. Here, I'll sing along with the Isotopes. Oh, Black Betty, bam a lamb. Oh, Black Betty, bam a lamb. She's from Birmingham, bam a lamb. Way down in Alabama, bam a lamb. I mean, he's good. This fucking guy pisses me off. Fuck you, Carl. And I love guitar players. Like, John Frusciante is one of my favorite guitar players, and he's fuck him. Trust me, I'm gonna find something that I'm gonna get back to hating Carl. I just got to figure it out. We're gonna take a break from Carl because I think he pulled some Jedi mind trick on me because I like him and I don't want to like him. So I gotta figure out how not to like him again. It's gonna take some time. So we're gonna put Carl. I'm not taking him out of the Cucks. I haven't made that decision. We're gonna just push him aside for now because I tried to hate watch and I couldn't do it. So I'm all fucked up. Whoa, Dr. Chow. I know John Frusciante, Chad. I can hook it up. Are you being serious? He's like one of the ones I still want to meet. Love John Frusciante. Great guitar player. He's in the Chili Peppers. Chili Peppers suck. Well, Blood Sugar Sex Match is a great album. I don't care what anyone. You can say whatever you want about the Chili Peppers, but that's a great album. So let's get back to Aaron. Hold on. So you saw me play that stuff about Aaron, right? He's talking about Joe, the producer. He's a piece of shit. Now, this is a clip from the Steel Toe Boring Show, Reddit, which I frequent, not as much anymore. But this is him coming off the Ray DeVito interview after Joe worked his ass and made him look like a fool because Ray DeVito has no idea how to podcast. So watch him. This is fresh off the Ray DeVito interview. Check it out.
Just doesn't like him.
Joe doesn't like me. It's not illegal for him not to like me.
There can be instances where it's just a simple explanation. Not everything is complex.
And as much as he doesn't like me, he was very respectful in his questioning. My only criticism would be the way he paced the show as a producer, but that's his
only criticism.
But as far as his
criticism,
what do you call it? As far as his like issues or whatever with me or his questions with me,
his criticisms.
I thought those were totally fine. I didn't think those were out of line at all. In fact, it set me up nicely. If you're a conspiracy theorist, you would think Joe set it up so that I could look good in responding to these criticisms. Like he brought up these
look like a
so
bitch.
I could swat him away. I promise that didn't happen.
Right. It can't just be that he brought them up and you answered.
Right. Shuli did not do this as a way to get Aaron. You know what?
Yes, he did.
Positions and did, like I've been doing this long enough to know, did a great job with it. Did a wonderful job handling Joe and his questions. And Joe was not, people wrote me and they said that Joe's a piece of shit, that Joe was trying to sabotage the interview.
No one wrote.
I don't agree with that.
No one wrote him that.
I don't think Joe was trying to sabotage the interview. I think Joe got a little bit of chat cancer and he didn't want the chat right and that Ray's softballing or whatever. So he felt like he had to interject. I promise he didn't. It would have been fine if
he had to interject because you were the laughing
stock. I can see where he felt he needed to. And I don't think he was being disingenuous. I think everything he didn't like about me was genuine. I think he genuinely doesn't like what I do.
Mm-hmm.
He got little cunty about it at the end, but I think that's just because I handled his questions a little bit better than he thought I would.
Right, most of these things.
Yeah, he got a little cunty at the end. He says, "Oh, just because you do a shitty morning show doesn't mean I hate you." And it's like, "Oh, now don't be a fucking baby." So Joe interjects. Ray gets a topic going. Ray and I are having a good conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, and Joe's off camera, I just hear,
"You're working, Ray.
We got to get to these super chats."
And all of us
because we were all clowning you. That's what we wanted. No. That's the only reason people were tuning in. Ray's never had that before. He didn't know what he was doing.
People restreaming, and I'm getting these DMs from these people restreaming, and they're going, "This is killing the flow of this show. We tuned in to watch you and Ray together. What's with all this super chat shit?" And the super chat.
He's okay. He's manipulating the audience. Everyone was tuned in to troll. That's the only reason people were tuned in to troll. That's it. No one was watching that wanting to get to know Steel Toe. They could give a fuck. They wanted to fuck him up, and they did. Rels $4.99. Hey, Chad. I was the one that asked Aaron in a super chat if April has wood floor or a landing strip, and he got so mad. I would love to see that. If you have that clip, please send it to me in the timestamp. DM me. I want to see that super chat. I love when Aaron gets mad because he's such a fucking clown. He's a head case. It's so great when he gets mad.
God damn it, Matt, you know better. God damn it, Matt, you know better. God damn it, Matt, you know better.
So let's get back to this pylon of Joe now. This is him running his victory lap. I told you so. I told you years ago or months ago about this guy. He's a piece of shit. I've always said this. And even though he says, I'm not mad at producer Joe, blah, blah, blah. And now he's like, piling on as usual. Loves a pile on.
Kind of, rolling over on itself. Which I don't hope for Shuli and Bob. They're trying to do a morning show over there. They're trying to kind of learn from us and follow in our footsteps and do kind of a morning show, more format, trying to diversify the Uncle Rico thing. Chet Porter, this was a very funny comment. He says, "When did Burt Reynolds start hosting the show?" That is a compliment compared to what I've been getting for this
Burt Reynolds
sack of shit.
Burt Reynolds.
Boy, that would be a compliment. That guy's a legend.
Super fuck.
Burt Reynolds. That wouldn't be a compliment. That guy's a legend.
Fuckable back in his day, right?
Oh, he'd get it so hard.
No back me.
I'm just picturing April fucking Burt Reynolds right now. Oh, Burt Reynolds. I loved you in the Cannonball Run. I loved you. American Pirate $1.99. April is the Mike Morse of Steel Toe Show. I'm working on my Mike Morse impression. I don't even hate the guy. Give me money, Shuli. That's my contribution. I'm Mike Morse. Venmo me my money for Uncle Rico, BS. JG, the impressions are always belt out laughing funny. Thank you, JG. I never even practice any of these. I just do them. Like all my impressions, I just do them.
Yeah, boy.
Oh my goodness. Let's get back to this guy. Fucking dolt.
No backing.
Scarface says
Okay.
producer Joe fucked up when he got cunty with the audience and hijacked the show. I said this from day one when I was on that Ray DeVito's show, and fucking Joe bullied Ray and treated Ray like shit and didn't respect Ray as the host.
Nobody does.
It turned out to be like I handled it remarkably well. I came out of that looking great.
He's just so. He really thinks he came out of that looking great. You look like a punk, and Ray looked like a bitch. Joe owned you, and that's why you're piling on him right now, because your narcissism, you know it, your ego.
Joe came out of it looking like a fucking douche. People thought he was a cunt.
You look like an asshole.
Ray kind of
look
looked like he
an
got
asshole.
cucked by his producer. I
What do you mean he looked like it? He did.
felt bad for Ray. I always feel bad for Ray.
I also see Ray as like everybody's whipping boy.
Right. And
This
I
is
walked
coming
away
from
that
April
going,
Emholt.
I've met this producer Joe a million times.
April.
Meaning I've met this NPC.
Ray
I've met
kind of
this
looks like everybody's
uh,
whipping boy. You
stamp
think?
and repeat.
You
human
dummy?
being many
Go back to
times
the
in my life
woods.
before. This is a guy who has no real authority in his life.
Mhm.
This is a guy who holds no sway over anyone. So any kind of control, any kind of
Aaron is
feeling
great at
better than
this.
someone,
He always
can't
tries to
do it.
psychoanalyze people, and he's so
You can't
off.
try that with me because I'm, a Joe is down here.
This is what he thinks.
Well, okay, I'm down here, and a Joe is way down here. Like I ain't shit, but I'm way more than a producer Joe.
Dude, I listen, I know Joe's in hot water and some people are mad at him and all that, but Joe's way better at this than Aaron. That's a fact. And the fact that Aaron thinks he's up here and he's not. This guy's delusion is unbelievable. I mean, I've never seen a more delusional person than Aaron Emholt. He is a fucking psycho.
Cocktiff says, Joe ruined your interview. Fuck that dude. He really did. He tried to make himself the focal point of that whole thing.
It wasn't good.
But he's not very good.
It was
at this.
fantastic.
He's good at hitting buttons and running sound, although I hear at
He took Ray's interview and made it better because we were there to clown you.
Pottstown thing, he kind of fucked up really bad. But he can push a
that
button.
was him?
He can push a button and say, yes, Mrs. Shuley, no, Mrs. Shuley. But outside of that, he's completely fucking useless.
Is that hard?
And
We've always said that too. Like, do you need a producer?
yeah, and not only that, I guarantee the guy works nice and cheap, and that's got to be good for Shuley. And Shuley should keep as much of his money as he can. This business can be fickle. So we're going to talk about him in a little bit. Fuck it. Let's just do it
Yeah,
now.
that's a good intro to it.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
I've gotten too far into this. Let's just do it now. Gina Bobina will be very happy.
Gino
that I
Bobina.
get into this now. So there is one story that we
Like
have
everybody,
on
we'll
this
do a hype
producer
train.
Joe that is 100% confirmed. It's real. It's a TikTok that's going viral.
Okay.
The other one,
Okay.
I cannot
I'm
stress
on
enough. I
TikTok.
can't confirm this is him. I don't know. Muttering Jay says it is. And I will say this. Muttering Jay has been very fair to this show. He has criticized it when he feels that we're wrong about stuff.
It's him, dummy.
And he has retracted shit and said, oh, these guys are okay, and they were kind of right about this stuff. He even tagged me today. He
It's
said,
him,
Aaron,
dummy.
you fucking called it.
Here it is.
He
yeah.
said,
All right.
you said this guy was a sack of shit. But El Horrible didn't let me have.
Aaron never called Joe a sack of shit, even afterwards. He goes, Joe doesn't like me. I understand. He's allowed not to like me, but he never called him a sack of shit or a piece of shit, garbage. He's lying.
Too many minutes of congratulating myself because he went, hey, asshole, you fucking told us that Kevin from Why Do I Podcast was an up-and-coming talent. And I go, oh, all right, fine. I told him, look, win some, lose some. And I was doing a shitload of COD at the time.
Where did that guy go? I heard he pissed on somebody at DabbleCon and then kind of just went away, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So this producer Joe, he finds this TikTok that's going viral, and this was taken by people at a cancer ward. This is apparently a cancer medical place.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe, he must
100%.
be some kind of IT guy.
100%.
I'm guessing some kind of computer nerd. The thing about IT guys they are remarkably unfriendly, unsocial, borderline.
You're an IT
people,
guy.
and they don't know how to interact in polite society.
You're
That's
projecting.
why Joe is perfect
He's
for the
talking
internet.
about
He should
himself.
Probably never leave the internet. He's probably really heavily involved in Discords. He probably loves
This is
Discord.
you.
He probably loves subreddits.
This is you.
And, I will say this, and I
This
wouldn't
is
say this for
you.
too many people. He belongs there.
Oh, he fits that bill.
He belongs in that universe. This guy shouldn't go outside very often. This guy shouldn't venture out in public. He doesn't know how to interact with people. He seems like a guy threatened by authority. He seems like a guy who gets
psychoanalyzed.
Well, you saw it in the Ray interview. Anytime someone suns him or kind of dismisses him or anything, he gets kind of cunty and quiet and kind of regroups and then goes, well,
Then he goes here and right.
He
I
never
agree.
really learns the lesson.
He never learns the
maybe
lesson.
If you weren't a dick so much.
He never
You
learned.
might get more in life.
Right.
He strikes me as a guy.
Yeah.
Who's kind of a why me?
Right.
Kind of a person.
That's how I
or
think.
why not me?
Right.
Kind of a person.
Yeah.
You
Right.
There's a whole song about him.
There's a whole song about this.
I mean,
fucking
it's
guy.
like it's unbelievable.
Again, I've seen this type.
I've met him too,
million
dude. I
times.
get it.
I'm
with
now,
you.
Chet Porter says, I heard he fucked an ostrich. I cannot confirm if that's true. And I've also
that's where the comedy comes in. That's where the comedy comes in right
I
there.
also heard you maybe need help doing that.
Oh, that was good ad lib.
Yeah, it would take at least two people, to fuck a sick ostrich.
This is a great comment. They got a good
Muttering
chemistry.
Jay,
All right, here we go.
this
Muttering Jay.
crazy fuck, finds this TikTok of Joe being an absolute cunt to this cancer, Health First Cancer Institute employee, being a basic bitch IT guy. Everybody's an idiot. I'm the smartest guy in the room, and I got to make sure everybody knows it. This level of insecurity. Here we go. This is him, and again, bunch of cancer patients.
Okay, first of all, I'm gonna blow this up before we get into this video. You don't know what I'm not even defending Joe. I mean, he does look bad at the end, but you don't know what happened. You don't know if these are cancer patients. He's definitely in the cancer ward or whatever, but you don't know if these people are being treated. You don't know if they're just waiting for their loved ones. They don't know if you're in a lobby. You don't know what he's going through. He's on a conference call right now. You don't know if these people have been a dick to him. You don't know anything. But Steel Toe, he doesn't need to know. He'll just run with it like Brennan. He doesn't know context. I mean, towards the end, it looks like Joe's had enough. He lost his mind. He was being a kind of a dick. So, I mean, for him to call him, I mean, Aaron thinks he's above everything. He thinks he's better than everybody, and he's not. Steel Toe's a dick. He stands for nothing. But let's watch him. I told you so. I've always said he was a dick. I told you. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Oops.
I would have done it too. Like, I don't fault them for it. Like, I know what it's like to feel worthless like that.
that to me, like that, people they might watch that and go, oh man, that surprises me. Oh, why is he being such an asshole? I watched this morning and I went, this doesn't surprise me at all.
No.
This is exactly who I thought this little prick was.
Yep.
Just a little shit, just a little asshole, little prick, Mr. Insignificant, absolute nobody. You can't give a guy like that a shred of authority over anyone for his sake, because he'll just expose what a giant tool he is. Like the Ray interview. He gets a little bit of influence over the Ray interview. Ray's like, I want to conduct this myself. I want to do a show. I want to talk to Aaron. We like each other. We have no problems with each other.
Do you think for 1 second Ray had that in his mind? Ray's an idiot. He thought you were popular. That's why everyone was talking about you. He didn't realize you were being clowned. That's what was going on. Don't act like Ray's a smart guy and he knew what he was doing. He had no clue. Ray was asleep at the wheel. He's dumb. He's just a dumb guy. So don't even give Ray credit.
And I wanted to do Ray a favor. I wanted to do his show. He'd asked me many times. I told him I would. I felt bad. I did the show.
You went on Ray's show because you knew how to work him. Like Bob Levy says, I know how to work Kevin. You went on there because you know you could take that interview over. Ray's a fucking idiot. We all know he's an idiot. And that's exactly what you did. You went on there. You took over Ray's interview. Producer Joe goes, no, dude. No, it's not like that. So he jumped in and did the interview everybody wanted. That's a fact. So right now he's just lying like he does every fucking
show
morning.
Because I thought I would have a good time with Ray. And here comes this fucking zilch who, doesn't even have the decency to address me as Mr. Imholt, as he should. All right, I have to. People are going to think I mean that shit.
Yeah.
So this little nobody starts going, Ray, we have to get to the super chats, Ray. Yeah. And I'm kind of confused. If you go back and watch that interview, I look around like, shouldn't Ray be a host here and say, hey, producer guy, shut the fuck. He should have less.
No, he got tired of you conducting Ray's interview for him. You took over Ray's show. People are super chatting, so they want to clown you. Tons of money came rolling in that episode just to clown you and make you look bad. And that's why he was doing what he was doing.
Shut the fuck up and let me do my job.
I don't know if you gone back and listened to that interview.
I haven't. I know it went very well for
it was
me.
brutal.
Yeah.
And like Ray was audibly annoyed. Like I was listening, not watching. He was audibly annoyed with Joe. He'd be like, all right, is that all super chats?
No, he wasn't annoyed. He was lost. April, you dumb bitch. And you are a dumb bitch. I hope you're watching. Clip it, put it out there. April Imholt is a dumb bitch. Stupid. I mean, you married this fucking this zero who begs for money, cheated on his ex-wife, has 3 kids. You got to take care of him now. There's a reason why his family and his parents didn't come to his wedding. There's a reason why there was nobody at the wedding. Reason why he had to do it in Vegas. You're dumb. You're a dumb C word. And I'm saying C word because I'm on YouTube probation. The ghost of Mr. P, $4.99. Steel toe is trash. Wreck them, Chad. Next up, Shuli backstabbing Bob. Where's our mods and sub? I told you we'd back you. Long live the Alliance. Yes, my friend, we are in this together. The war will be fought. All right, I'm getting behind on the chat. Mario movie star fingernails, $4.99. Chad, straight killing it this morning. Or am I drunk from last night's, what is that? Swarovski? And the Banshees concert? Swarovski and the Banshees concert? You a fan? What? I've never heard of them. Swarovski and the Banshees? Am I being trolled? Beloved chatter, $1.99. Aaron boxes 7-year-olds because he only punches down. He goes to like a little kid's boxing ring and he fights little kids because he's 0-2 is a boxer. He thinks he's a boxer. It's great. So let's listen to him cope.
Is that all? Can we continue with this interview now? And Joe's like, well, they're going to keep coming. Yeah. I mean,
Joe was so threatened. Every time I started looking good and Ray and I had a rapport, Joe got so nervous
It's insecurity.
Every time you
this
were
guy
working
is
Ray
so
over,
insecure. You're already seeing it here. That guy was so insecure that he's like, I have a job to do. I like Bob. Bob is good and Aaron's bad. And if Aaron looks good, I have to stop him.
it's amazing how
No,
he
you
how he
don't,
thinks.
dipshit. You just have to let the show go and let the host.
No,
run it.
he got tired of you
So,
working
You
Ray.
have Ray. He's trying to do a show, and every time Ray and I are having a good time, here comes fucking buzzkill wash.
The purpose of the whole interview was to clown you the whole time.
I have to direct it toward the negative shit.
Ray was so
I just keep,
stupid.
brushing
He
it
didn't
off there,
realize
brushing it
that.
off there,
Joe
brushing it
knew.
off there. And this guy keeps seething and getting madder and madder every time it happens.
And Aaron's never forgot. He's never forgot his ego. When you harm a narcissist, you give a narcissist an injury, they never, ever forgot. So when this video emerged of Joe, losing it, becoming somewhat of an asshole, and the mugshot from the charge with the gun, there was nobody happier to revisit this. This is where it's all coming from, is Joe owned Steel Toe. Owned him. Fact. And he never forgot. So now he's piling on.
Remember, that chat was openly hostile towards me when I came in.
Yes.
What I've heard from you and many other people is that they turned on this motherfucker just as hard and going like, dude, let Ray talk. You're ruining the show. You're fucking this up. Get out of there.
It's just obnoxious.
Right. Now, the reason he's doing this and
Aaron,
doing this cunty thing, like this, I could have predicted would be words that would come out of his mouth. I would have done it too. I don't fault them for it. I know what it's like to feel worthless.
Aaron M. Holtz, rubbish. That's a fact. B Kells 1296.
Saying this shit
$1.99
is because they told him to keep it down. Because it's a fucking cancer ward
where people are sick.
Where
people are sick and they don't want to hear the brilliance of producer Joe.
What is he doing there?
Probably running bingo day. It might be who knows? This looks like something someone has to do when they get probation.
You don't know.
When they have to graduate from high school.
It's like community service.
Right. It seems like community service. So he got sunned. This is kind of
it's probably a freelance job.
The Ray interview all over again. He got sunned. He got talked down to. He got told his pride was hurt. So he had to attack.
You have to belittle the next person.
You have to belittle. Again, I'm telling you, this guy is at the bottom.
He's comparing this to the Ray interview.
Downhill. He's got to find somewhere to put the shit. So he tosses a little shit ball up the hill. There.
Hit like guys.
I know what it's like to feel worthless, so I get why they're doing it. It doesn't bother me. Oh, it bothers you. And they told him, keep it down. Hey, the cancer people would like you to be a little quieter.
You're not feeling so hot.
The cancer people. That's not even Mike Morris. That's my real laugh. the cancer people. He refers to them as the cancer people. like they're creatures. The cancer people. Oh shit. The cancer people.
Hot.
That's fine. I know what it's like to feel worthless. Pieces of shit. So obviously this upset him. This offended him. And again, he's probably just playing like fucking polka music on his laptop for the old people.
Did he post this TikTok? Who posted
No,
this?
this is someone from the cancer place.
The
They
cancer
just happened to know who he was.
No, they have no idea who he is. They just they were so moved by what an asshole he is that they just posted this on TikTok, not saying this is the guy from the Shuley Network. First of all of us podcasting are nobodies. Nobody knows who we are, and nobody should.
I can't believe he just said that. Wow. Wow. You're finally admitting you're a nobody. Wow. Took forever. Red Honda, $2. Saw the Melton cooking show. Melt wants Levy's spot. Oh, on MLC? Have fun. If that's true. Have a good time. Red Honda, $2. Opie and Chad was fire this morning. Great show. Thank you. Yeah. If you let me give a shout out to Opie Radio. We did a conversation this morning. It was fun. It's up there on his channel. I'm going to put it up on my channel later, but I want to give him props. And it was good talk. And it was like we're just talking. It was drama free. You know, there wasn't yelling and screaming, and he was trying to get to know me, and it was a good interview. And I'll say like Aaron, it was a great interview. No, but it was like he was going in chronological order. He was pausing, then he would share some of his stories with his family, and compare and contrast, and get back into it. He would reset, regroup. I mean, he's a great broadcaster. I don't care what anyone says. You guys can all go fuck yourselves.
Damn it, Matt, you know better. God damn it, Matt, you know better.
That'll never get old, by the way, what I just did. That will never, ever get old. All right, let's get to some super chats here. Thank you, Red Honda, for your continued contributions. Here we go. Young Chad, that $9.99. That photo right there of me with a scarf on, that was on Christmas Day at my ex-girlfriend Sarah's parents' house. And she gifted me a scarf. On the other side of that is my ex-girlfriend that's clipped out, Sarah. Beautiful girl, the girl that got away. She's happily married with a beautiful family. Sarah, if you're watching, I missed the hell out of you, but God damn it, you made a great decision getting away from me. But you were the one that got away. I never got over you, but I'm happy for you. I love you, and I'm happy for your beautiful family. That was a moment. She's never gonna see this. She seriously married like a good dude. Like I know a girl that knows him, her husband, and he's like a great guy. And yeah, she made the right decision getting away from me.
Carl is actually a name in podcasting, and people don't know who the fuck he is when you go out in public. We're all relatively small. Carl's the biggest, but we're all very small.
I guess
this guy was such an asshole that this person just recorded it because they found a random asshole.
Okay, what I'm trying to say is then how did we find this?
Because Muttering Jay is an autistic, beautiful, godlike investigator.
I don't know what
he a couple months ago he hated Muttering Jay.
Producer Joe looks like. I would have never seen this and been like, oh, that's Producer Joe.
Does he look like a bitch? In this video, he does. Let's continue. So the staff told him, hey, these people are sick and riddled with cancer. Do you mind not being a little fuckhead? And then he decided to be a little fuckhead.
All right, Producer Joe, let me blow this up. He's talking on a conference call. We've all seen the video.
They're trying to find their power wherever they can. I'm not going to put up with it. I need to point this out. And Chad Zumock does this too.
Aye.
And now we're finding out that a lot of these guys aren't that different from Chad. They project.
Oh, they're all the same.
He somehow figured out how to work me into this. This is great. If you don't think I'm a pain in this guy's ass, you're wrong. Let's get to 400 views. I'm not fucking around. We'll get a hype train going.
Same.
They have to get their power wherever they can.
Like.
Joe, that's what you're trying to do. You got sunned, and now you're pouting, and you're sulking, and you're seething, and you're going, I get it, pieces of shit. They have to find power wherever they can. Joe, they do have power over you. They run the fucking cancer center,
right? And
you're a guy with a laptop playing
the cancer center with the cancer people.
The cancer
you're literally trying to find your power at a cancer ward.
Yeah, Joe,
on a laptop.
You're feeling embarrassed at a cancer ward. You're making it about
with the cancer people,
and you're trying to insult the cancer staff.
They just want to twist that cancer. They want to twist cancer as much as they can.
Wow. So even the people, the cancer patients are groaning. They're like, oh, wow, what a dick.
Wow, so somebody really did think this guy was being shitty enough to do a TikTok on him.
Right. So these two were telling him to keep it down. And then he starts bitching and complaining on a video call on his laptop. And then he's ignoring the two of them. And they're like, sir, until finally, again, him needing to feel like he's projecting any kind of control.
Aaron's pretty much acting like he knows everything that's going on. None of us know what's going on right now. None of us. We don't know the context. We don't know if Joe got in a fight with these people earlier, an argument. You know, maybe he's at his wit's end. Maybe these people are awful. You don't know. But Aaron's telling you this is what's going on. Thank you, Shane M. 1980 super sticker. I like stickers.
All goes.
Is it scratch and
These
sniff?
people are being assholes. I'll call you back later. Where do you get off, retard?
This is pretty weird. I'll say that much.
Look, again, if you would have told me he'd done this and not shown me any video proof, I would have said, based on my limited interaction and how I nailed this guy right off the bat, I would not have a problem believing that this happened. I wouldn't need video.
How did he nail him right off the bat? We saw the video coming right out of the gate saying, you know, Joe did what he had to do. He never said he was a piece of shit. This is him going, pretending I told you so. This is what he does so well. And it's not even like a compliment. He knows how to twist everything to his victory.
Video evidence.
You have 45 minutes. I've already been here for essential treatment.
Bro, you have no say. This is their cancer center. If I'm leaving, she's leaving. You talk about arrested development. This producer Joe guy is such a harmed little boy that if he gets punished in the least, he has to try and seize back control and say, no, she's leaving too.
Absolutely. Self-preservation.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they're like, hey, dipshit, that ain't your call. This is a guy who could run the fry pad at the McDonald's and be like, you can't tell me what to do. It's like, no, I can. I'm your boss.
I literally can.
You're the fry guy.
It's it's amazing how this guy twists and turns everything. Gino Bisconte, everybody. Love him or hate him. He's here. Gino, $10. Buy yourself a shot for the hang this week, buddy. Toast to all the smart women. All the women smart enough to leave us. I agree with you 100%. It's almost like we set them free. Don't get me wrong. I tried to get her back, but she was gone.
Salt the fries.
Right. Here, Joe is the fry guy who thinks he's the burger maker, who thinks he's the manager.
He's
Take
always
the fucking fries and shut your mouth.
He's always coming up with these dumb analogies all the time. He does dumb analogies and then he does dumb movie quotes. He's like, you know, it's like they said in you know, All the Right Moves when Craig T. Nelson was like, hey, get off the field. You know what I'm saying, April? And April's like, yeah, I do. Yeah, I know what you're saying. And it's just it's like in the 1983 Blue Thunder film where Roy Schreider was like, we're above you. You remember that? Yeah, I do. Yeah. This guy's fucking cringe.
I'm sorry it didn't work out the way you wanted it to. And by that, I mean life. But you don't take it out on Ray DeVito. You don't take it out on people that you think you're that are less than you, like Ray. You certainly don't take it out on the cancer people, you fucking baby.
The weird thing for me.
He called them the cancer people again. I'm going to go to there's a cancer ward down here. I'm going to go see the cancer people. I'm going to go see all the cancer people. They're like creatures, these cancer people.
Because I do.
He can't say patient.
You sit here and believe, like, my greatest thing when people say really hostile, shitty things about me or my family is like, dude, I'm a nobody. Like, why are you spending any time on me? I'm looking at a producer, Joe, who is kind of in a circle with, you know, in reality, maybe nobody, but like he's with cool people that are like from the Stern Show and all that. And I'm like, if I was in your shoes, I'd be a little more humble.
Oh, yeah.
Would you? Logan Road King, he's a member. Give yourself a membership, everybody. Let's get in the Mud Shark Loves Misery will not be in the YouTube memberships for a little bit. So you got to sign up to the Patreon to watch Mud Shark Loves Misery, and it's patreon.com/sitdown Zumock. Coming soon to a theater near you. The Cancer People. I want to go to a movie afterwards, after Cumia'S Cucks. I want to go see a matinee. Should I see John Wick or the new Evil Dead? You tell me in the chat. The Ghost of Mr. P, $4.99. I was gonna dated Gino's mom, but the line was too long. Oh, April is the child of the sea monster. April, the more I watch, I used to feel bad for her, but she's a fucking bitch. She deserves this fuck. I mean, she just deserves him. I used to think she could do better. No, she can't. This is as good as it gets for this dummy. You the cancer people. I need coffee. How's the steel toe coffee going? I'm still selling Zumock coffee.
I totally would.
Because again,
I'm in a spot that I'm sure somebody else would love to be in, and you're being shitty like that.
because again, Carl is bigger than Shuli and Bob, who are bigger than me. And I know I'm way bigger than a producer Joe. And this guy acts like he should come from the kiddie table to come talk to the grown-ups.
Dude.
It's like, motherfucker, you're behind me in that line. How dare you have the audacity to behave this way in public to anyone or behave that way to a Ray DeVito? Ray DeVito has a show. You don't have a show. Ray DeVito's got one. And you're going to crack whip.
That's the problem. Ray DeVito has a show and Joe doesn't. That's the problem over there at the Shuli Network. That is the problem. Ray DeVito has a show. Yes. Why? Why does Ray DeVito have a show on the Shuli Network? Why does Ray DeVito have a show on the Shuli Network and Tony Mazur doesn't? When Tony Mazur has broadcasting experience and Ray's an idiot. Ray can't even host his own show. He has to have Joe come in. He has to have Carlos Danger come in. He can't even host his own show. Ray is the third mic on his own show. So everyone trying to work Ray right now, like Kevin Brennan, Steel Toe, Bob, you're all trying to puppeteer Ray, and Ray's so stupid he can't see it. He's being clowned by everybody.
With Ray DeVito, I got bad news for you. You ain't above Ray.
I'm absolutely humbled anytime somebody
Everyone's above Ray.
considers
Everyone.
even talking to me. Like Chrissy invites me onto Simpcast. It's a huge honor.
Sure.
It's
Like,
an
I'm
honor.
completely humbled, and I just think
You're
being
humbled
this way, like
by doing
producer
the
Joe is
Simcast?
not going to end well for you.
This is a miserable man. End well. If the next story is to believe, this guy's pushing 50.
You guys are a miserable
Is he
marriage.
pushing 50?
If the next, again, I don't know if this next story is true.
I don't know anything.
It's
about
100%
this guy
true. It got
besides,
thrown
like,
out.
What I've heard.
Muttering Jay has a pretty high hit rate, so I do trust him.
Muttering.
But this
Okay.
next story, I got to throw the word allegedly out there all over the fucking
No,
place.
it was
Let's
him.
watch the end of this again. This is producer Joe from the Shuli Network berating staff at a cancer place because they asked him to turn the volume down.
Shane's
on what
a
he's
member.
doing. So now he's just being a pouty
Shane
baby
M.
boy
1980
cunt.
became a member.
Tell me to shush one more time. Go ahead and tell me to shush one more time.
What the fuck are you gonna do? Shut up. Tell me, oh, big man threatening the cancer ward staff. Ma'am, tell me to shush one more time. Or what? Hey, Joe, shush.
I don't think we need any extra tension in the cancer ward. Okay?
No.
These people are stressed out enough.
The cancer people don't.
The cancer people. Oh, okay. Let's reset here. We don't know where they're at. It looks like they're in the lobby. I doubt they're being treated right there. It looks like they're in a lobby. And again, Joe's losing his cool. You don't know if these people are being cunts to him. He just lost his cool. It's not a great look, but thank you, Dr. Spaghetti Tooth John, 1999 super sticker. Thank you. And thank you for the message on Patreon. I read it. I just didn't reply, but I did read it. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let's watch some more of Steel Toe talking about Joe, the producer, being a dick with the cancer people.
Need some, failed Gen Xer coming in and making a scene.
Just making things feel like dirty and tense.
Right.
Like that's not necessary.
Wow. Oh, I missed that end of it. So oh God, why didn't this TikTok keep going? Did you see the fucking cancer guy get up?
Mhm.
The cancer.
He's pissed.
The
He-
fuck.
First of all, you don't know if this is the cancer guy. You don't know if he has cancer. You don't have a clue. Thank you, Dr. Spaghetti Tooth. You don't have a clue if this guy has cancer, but he's just calling the cancer guy. He thinks everyone in this room has cancer except the staff. They could be waiting for their loved one in the lobby. Like, they're getting treated.
Fucking cancer guy's ready to beat the shit out of producer Joe.
And I'll tell you why, because this cancer guy, he's older and he probably has some respect. And like in
Yes.
this case, let's say for women,
Yeah.
and producer Joe's up here talking shitty to these women that work at this facility, and he's had it.
Hey,
He won't stand for that.
Shuli, in the words of, and I just want to say, I like Shuli. I love Bob Levy.
You love
in
him?
the words of Kevin Brennan, cut him loose.
So now Aaron wants them to fire Joe. Like the Shuli Network, like it's a corporation, if you will, with HR. So now he's like saying, fire him. Aaron wants this guy fired because producer Joe clowned him in the Ray DeVito interview. That's the only reason he wants him fired. And he's quoting Kevin Brennan. He loves Bob Levy. Meanwhile, beginning of this, he was shitting all over anybody making fun of Stuttering John. It's over. Jules David, $2. I would not call what Ray DeVito does a show. It's just absolutely. Ray just fires up a live stream on StreamYard and, hey, what's going on? Hey, man. Hey, I'm Ray DeVito. This is his talk. I don't know anything about anything. I'm uninformed. I don't have an opinion. I don't read the news. I don't know. I don't pay attention to anything. I just listen to what Kevin Brennan tells me to do. Excuse me. $10. Chris Bueller. Well, look, the bigger the super chat, I can't even see over it. I'm gonna read Chris Bueller, $10. Imagine this dude calling someone else a baby. He doesn't like Joe because Aaron's words, he's not a steel toe guy. Nobody likes you, Aaron. Even Carl thinks he's a clown. He's pretty much said it. Is Carl finally coming around on steel toe? Is Carl from Rochester finally realizing this guy's a clown? That would be great. Maybe one day I'll go on Who Are These Podcasts and we can make fun of steel toe. How crazy would that be? Is that ever going to happen? Because right now, Carl played a Jedi mind trick on me and helped me out, and I kind of like him, and I don't want to, and I'm going to try my hardest to hate him again. I promise. Then I'm going to go listen to the Isotopes, and then he's fucking rocking out to Black Betty. I'm like, God damn, fuck you, Carl. Don't you make me like you, you piece of shit.
You don't need this shit.
Why do you need that?
Shuli, you're running a very successful thing. I know some people don't like Shuli. Some people do. Shuli's running a successful thing right now.
Successful.
Keep it successful. He's got a Patreon with 750 people on it.
I have a Patreon.
He's got a YouTube channel that I think is doing well in the super
sign
chats.
up.
It's doing well in the views. I think in terms of views, channel wise, it goes Carl, Shuli, us in that like in that world. I mean, we're kind of tacitly.
My show gets more views than yours. My show gets way more live views. You're full of shit. He thinks it goes Carl, Shuli, us. Technically, it goes Kevin Brennan, Z-Man. No, it goes Carl. No, Kevin Brennan, Carl. It doesn't matter. But this guy is just so full of shit. Out of all these cucks, I can honestly say I hate him the most. Legitimately hate him the most. And it's like a legit, I don't like you. I don't like you at all. I do not like Aaron M. Holt. I think he's garbage. I don't think he stands for a thing. With Ray, he's just dumb. I feel bad for Ray because he's dumb and he's being used. But Aaron is garbage. So this is like...
we do our own thing over here. But if you want to lump us into that world, Carl, Shuli, us. If you go on Social Blade, MLC, because they don't keep their shit up. They don't do very well in views.
Sure.
And then everyone else below that is doing like half. Everyone else. So there's Carl.
If you're just tuning in, everybody, thank you so much for listening. Thank you. This will be memberships only and Patreon. I could put this because I doubt Steel Toe, as much as I don't like Steel Toe, he doesn't go around striking channels like Kevin. So this is all fair use. I've looked into it. I mean, I'm not. It's going to be memberships only, so that'll be up, ready to rock right afterwards. So get yourself a membership. Thank you so much for your contribution,
Carl, Shuli, and we're in a distant third, and everyone else has half the views that we do. So, like I said, we're all nobodies. This is a very small unit, but Shuli's running like us, a relatively successful family business here.
And how does the producer Joe get his position? How did he earn that position?
Got hired.
2 words: works cheap.
That's it.
Shuli can afford someone better at this point. He can afford someone better. Like Carl's got good people, and Carl's a smart guy tech-wise too. I want to see this old guy get up. God, they should.
Aaron's desperately trying to convince Shuli to fire Joe.
You're right. He's an older guy. He believes you should respect women. You shouldn't talk to him a certain way.
Right.
And Joe's going.
You like how he's telling you with this older guy who's never met, never seen his face. He's telling you this is what he's thinking. He's telling you exactly what this older guy's thinking. The cancer people.
Man, tell me to shush one more time. Get out of here, you fucking scrub.
I will say that about old people. There is a certain like number of them that still hold those old respects and like morals and stuff and principles. And
April's telling you what
How
old
about
people
the fact
think.
that you riled up a cancer patient to the point where he wants to beat the shit out of
he's
you?
throwing his coat on the ground.
Yeah.
You don't know he's a cancer patient. You have no clue who this guy is. You don't know if they're in a lobby. Just shut up.
Hey, people who think you're a giant asshole from the minute they first heard you, me and a guy riddled with cancer. I think we're in good company here.
He's riddled with cancer, this guy who gets up. He has no clue who this guy is.
Tell me to shush one
Watch
more
this
time.
guy right here.
Go ahead and tell me to shush one more time.
Look at that. The cancer guy goes, God damn it, enough of this shit. Like he goes back into
The cancer guy. The cancer guy. This show is terrible. I hate everyone that David Chandler. I don't care if you ever I don't give a fuck. This show sucks. This guy stinks. It's embarrassing. And Steel Toe, if your kids are old enough to watch this, hopefully my YouTube will be here long after I'm gone. Your dad was a piece of shit. I'm Holtz. Kids. Your dad was garbage. I want you guys to know that. Your dad was a terrible person. He's an idiot. And he was delusional as fuck.
dad mode with this guy.
And these women, like, they're just trying to go about their business too.
Yeah.
I mean, this just seems like you're kind of a nobody, like an NPC here.
Yeah, they told the visiting laptop guy. First of all, you're a laptop guy at a cancer center. You're not anybody who's worth cracking with.
A laptop guy.
They asked you nicely, turn it down. And like a 14-year-old.
He's a laptop guy. You think producer Joe was like, he saw an ad for, we're looking for a laptop guy. And he comes into the interview at the cancer ward. He's like, so I see you're applying for the laptop guy position. Okay, well, first of all, we're looking to fill it. Second of all, do you have a laptop? Yes. Okay, well, you're hired. Well, what should I do with the laptop? You're a laptop guy. You figure it out. Figure out what to do with the laptop. You know, that's what we're hiring you for. Figure it out. Okay, I'll do a conference call. Sounds great. Perfect. Do a conference call in the lobby.
Old boy who was told to turn his music down, you threw a little temper tantrum. Ugh.
Dick Fitzwell, $1.99. April really is a CI. Blame bad parent. I'm trying to get this in. Look at that family. Oh, wait. Is that April's family? Is that who I thought it was the whole time? There's the mom and the dad? Wow. Wow. Look at April's mom. Holy. Wow. Wow. I didn't realize April's mom was so big. Clip it. Get it back to her. Fuck these people.
What a fucking asshole. Now, we have a second part of this that, again, I can't confirm. Muttering Jay stands by this.
It happened.
Confirm.
I'm not going to get into the second part of that because it happened. From what I understand, they threw the case out. I guess as soon as somebody sees a mugshot, they're like, oh, guilty. Oh, you don't know. There's no context. I hear the older neighbor beat up Joe, so Joe got a gun and he was fucking with them, and you don't know what happened. I mean, and I'm not even sticking up for Joe. I mean, Joe kind of cucked out on me, but I'm not going to be like steel toe and dance on him like everybody. Look, I got a mugshot. There it is. Reckless Operation. Go stream it on Pandora, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your music. So Steel Toe's being a fucking douche. The ghost of Mr. P, $1.99. Chad, show that sea monster. I just did, buddy. I didn't see that earlier, but right on cue. Right on cue. We're on the same fucking. Hit that like button. Brian, I'm going to get back to your DMs on Instagram. I looked through it. I'm just so overwhelmed, Brian. I'm not blowing you off. So don't get mad at me. Citizen M, who may or may not like me. I'm just trying to have the state remove Joe's firearms for life. I'm not trying to get this guy fired. I mean, Steel Toe automatically wants Shuli to fire him because of this. And, you know, it's not a good look. At the very end of the video, Joe's kind of coming off like a dick. But here, we've all been dicks. All of us, including Steel Toe. Is Gladwell Ape in here? Come on out. Where's Gladwell Ape? Oh, no, he's probably not in here. His brother-in-law's in town. But they were right. They were right. I got to pull this one up because he's sitting there saying about Ray DeVito, you know, saying how Ray was doing a great interview and then Joe came in and fucked it up. And actually Joe made it better. And everybody on the internet said he made it better. But we know Ray DeVito, how dumb he is and how he's being played. But this just goes to show you who Ray DeVito is. And the reason why I cut him out of my life, I was like, I can't deal with this guy anymore. I've known him for a long time and he's just gotten dumber. He's clueless. He doesn't listen to advice. I've given him great advice. Then you got enablers. You got the Shuli Network beating the living shit out of him. He deserves it. He should walk away. Carlos Danger's telling him to cool off. Don't do as many podcasts. So he triples down and does more. He gets asked who Alec, he has no clue who Alex Jones is. He doesn't even know who's Nancy Pelosi is. He doesn't know anything. And the best part is I see this clip, and let me pull this one up because it just shows you this guy should not be fucking podcasting. And he's going to think I'm a dick, but he needs to stop completely or you're going to hurt yourself. Watch this clip.
I said take a night off.
No,
It's too hot.
This is drama.
The heat's too
And you can't handle it, Bray. You can't. You should stop. Listen to him.
much.
It's drama. I want to. There you go. Kinky Loco demanded you be here.
He's gonna ban me now. If I suddenly disappear, it's because of Kinky Loco. Okay.
I like Kinky Loco.
I like Kinky Loco. Yeah, I like Kinky Loco. Yeah, he's my buddy. Kinky Loco's my buddy.
Now here's where Ray's a fucking idiot. Watch this.
What's going on with Jack Della Rosa? I know Jack Della Rosa. She's a nice lady. I do not have a new camera.
Jack Stella Rosso. What's going on with her?
I like her. She's a nice lady.
Guess what, Ray? She's dead. Everyone was talking about it. She died.
And you're like, yeah, I like her. She's nice.
She's dead. They wanted information. What do you know? You're clueless. She died. I don't know if it's by suicide or I don't know what happened. I'm hearing abuse. I'm hearing all kinds of things. I don't know the reason why. I've never met Jack Dale, but I'm aware of what's going on because I pay attention. Ray, people hate you. Not like Steel Toe. They hate him because he's cringe. They hate you because you're just a dummy that doesn't get it. Red Honda, $2. Ray, like Kevin, are obsessed with the super chats. I know. They're just like, oh my God.
I like her. She's nice.
Well, she's dead, Ray, and they want to know why. What do you know? What was your relationship? Look at him.
Just checking out the what do you call it? Just hanging out with the chat. But yeah, I'm gonna go over like stuff today. I'm concerned with Levy and Brennan. I want them to get along. Also, I'm no more. This is it. This will be the last time. This is my farewell to Gino. Farewell to Gino thing. I don't get the whole thing. He gave out my number, yet I'm supposed to apologize to him. He gave out my number, and
he keeps saying he's going to stop talking about Gino, but he never stops talking about Gino. He never stops talking about me. I guess he was on MLC's live stream like right out of the gate. That was the first thing he talked about. I mean, Ray is the worst. I can't stand him.
Also, I guess he kind of got in trouble with E-Rock. Did not like that he gave out my number. So we'll see. But
Yeah, there's not much. I don't know what to add to some of that. We've talked about it. We've talked.
Jules David, $2. Rest in peace, Jack De La Rosa.
Oh, what do you mean? She's cool. I mean, she's nice. I like Jax. What do you mean, rest in peace? What are you talking about? She's cool. I'm gonna ask her tomorrow to be on my show at the Stand. She's great. Drama. Yeah. Kevin
Talked
Brennan.
it to death.
Yeah. So
What do you mean,
I'm,
rest
I'm-
in peace?
and yeah, what happened at that show in Connecticut?
Hey.
I don't care. Here's a super. So producer Joe pulled his gun on a 77-year-old man. That's what I read on subreddit. And you're going to keep work with him, help find Jack's. Oh, she missing? I don't know anything about the producer Joe thing. I'm sure producer Joe will mention. Well, I'm sure he knows that
course
anything
you
about his
don't
past
know.
will probably come up, and he'll probably address it.
This label, how do you like that you're
So I
and this
believe
this is your super chat right here, and you're watching on my show. Of course, Ray doesn't know about producer. Everyone did except Ray.
he'll probably address. I'm sure he'll address it. I can't speak on that. I know nothing about that. I love producer Joe. I think he's a good guy.
I love him.
And I like working with him, and I will see him. And by the way, like everyone's past is their past, as far as I know. I don't need
Except
to know
when it comes to
everyone's
me.
back history. I said the same thing, like when Deshaun Watson got named the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns, and all like the all the things like he's been accused of by like different masseuse therapists and all that crap. It's like that's fine. I mean, I don't have to hang out with them. I wasn't there. That's between him and the authorities. Is that you?
This show is garbage. No offense to Carlos Danger. I was DMing with him yesterday. I think it's like Ray has to have him come on to make the show somewhat decent. He can't even host his own show. He has to have Carlos Danger, Joe the producer. He's clueless. Beloved chatter Ray says got in trouble like an 8-year-old. He is an 8-year-old.
Sorry.
Is that-
Sorry.
So I don't know. So let him. Whatever he
Police scanner.
Yeah, whatever he has. What are you looking for, Chad Zumock? Is Chad Zumock in your neighborhood?
He has to bring me up.
Whatever he has to deal with, he'll do that, if that makes sense. But
And I guess the whole thing that was just brought up about producer Joe, what's his name? Shuli's supposed to, or the Shuli Network is supposed to address it tomorrow.
I'm sure they'll address it.
Right.
I don't know. I can't. I'm no Gino fan, but you lied about that. Genta, I don't care. I don't care. All I said is I just know what I know. I do not know.
You know
I just know
nothing.
what I
You know
heard,
nothing.
and the show immediately got shut down. I don't care.
That's the problem.
Fine, they
That's a
shut
problem
down
with you,
when
Ray.
he
You know
went on.
nothing.
He got shut down when he went on stage. That's all I know.
You're
I don't care.
stupid. You lie. You
The
make up
little
stories.
things that you people like give a shit about. Did you take one hamburger? Who gives a shit?
Exactly.
It's unbelievable. So yeah, I'm not dealing with. I'm not dealing. You know why? It's because my roommate's watching the basketball game. So
My roommate.
you know, I should do this.
Imagine being 48 and saying my roommate.
Although maybe that's the Lord Jesus Christ telling you to take a night off from this.
No, all right. If you don't want to be here, you don't have to be here. I'm here.
Dude, Carlos Danger is telling you, dude, slow the fuck down. Stop it, Ray. You're killing yourself. And you're just, no, I'm not listening. I'm not going to listen. I'm going to do more. I'm going to do more and get exposed for the idiot that I am. And you are an idiot, Ray. Clip it. You're dumb. You're a dumb guy. And if you think your peers got your back, they're talking so much shit about you, Ray. Yeah, the Cleveland Comics, they don't like Chad. Yeah, I know. I made it that way. You want them to like you. They don't like you just because of who you are. I don't pretend. I'm the Mud Shark, baby. Red Honda, $2. Everyone is a good guy. Now give me super chats. Yeah, Red Honda, you're a good guy. Thank you, Red Honda. Oh, you're the best guy. Ray, oh my, Red Honda, you're the greatest. You're the greatest guy I ever met. You're great. You're a great guy. Totally great. So great. Everything about you is great. God damn it.
That's the sound of the police.
Thank you, KRS-One. He's great.
Here, I got to talk about.
All right. I'm just trying to help you, Ray.
Yeah, I'm here. What's up, our dog?
I don't suggest, arguing with the chat.
Our dog, the DeVito that don't stop with the chin that makes a panties drop. Thank you.
He's a good guy.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to drop some panties around here.
There you go.
He's a good
Concentrate on
guy.
that.
Dropping panties? Someone's got to drop some panties. But I will say this. Well, this is what I wanted to say. I took down the video because what we went with you on the video you showed on my stream earlier today about them on the BS show talking about saying Ray's made the network look bad. Ray, you got to remember that video or that stream was done the Sunday right after Pottstown.
Oh,
so I
God.
was pretty heated. that night because that was
We're done. No more Pottstown. No more Red Blanket. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody. And I mean, nobody gives a fuck, right? Your 15 minutes is up. You got no more stories. You told them all. Your drama, your fake drama. I can't stand them. Stella B. Ray only takes orders from Daddy Brennan, who continues to knock him to the ground on every MLC. I mean, look at Kevin's show now, man. I mean, now that he's figured out how to not pay Bob Levy, he can't get anybody on. He's getting Ski Mask on, Stevie Lou, Ray DeVito. I mean, this is bottom of the barrel garbage. Legitimately bottom of the barrel garbage. So Kevin pretty much killed his own show. The only thing he was smart about was, why am I paying Bob Levy all this money? That's the only reason. I just got a text from Gino, of all people. Oh, I'm looking at it. Should I read it or should I just keep it? All right. I don't know if I should read it. Send you the screen grab from what E-Rock said about Ray. Am I allowed to bring it up on screen, Gino? Or is it private? Because I don't want to, even though E-Rock's in the Cucks, I don't want to dox anything. Read it to members only. That'd be like a Brian McCarthy move, right? We're going to read it on the members only stream. So go sign up. Yes, because Ray said Iraq yelled at me. Okay, let me pull it up. Okay, this is going to take a second. Talk amongst yourselves. And no crosstalk. No crosstalk. Man, I'm getting a lot of DMs. People are sliding into my DMs, everybody. They're sliding into my DMs. While I'm waiting to upload this, go ahead, gift yourself a membership, sign up to the Patreon if you're just tuning in. We're gonna do a hype train. It's coming. Don't worry. I've been doing hype trains. You guys feel cheated, and I understand, but it's just, I don't want to blow away the greatest thing on the internet, and I don't want to just do it just to do it. I want to hit goals. I want super chats. I want it all. Shout out to Bill from Jersey. Dropped a hundo on me on Friday, like a baller. And again, thank you to Opie Radio for having me on today. Go subscribe to his channel. I'm going to put the interview on mine. I'll put links to Opie. Maybe down the road, Opie and I can do something. We'll see. You never know. I've seen crazier things happen. Maybe we could do like a side show. Like he has a beer show. Maybe we can do like a movie show. I hear Opie's going to be on the hype train today. There's rumors. We got to pick up. We got to come by the station, pick him up. Sorry, I'm pulling something up. Gino just texted me. Where did it go? I just had the fucking thing. Now it's gone. Oh, here it is. Hold on. Give me a second. Where are we? This is bad broadcasting. My apologies to all the good people that have tuned in and have tuned out. Red Honda, he's a member. Hope he did a great interview. Beloved Chatter says Bill from Jersey is a great guy. I like him. Cash is a member. Bill from Jersey. People ask about the memberships. You know, sometimes we do members only streams. We do members only chat, but also you get free screen time all the time. I'm not like Ray and Kevin. I want to fucking milk you guys for all your money, which is great. I appreciate when you do contribute. I try to go out of my way to be grateful for it. But listen, you gotta, a lot of you guys are great. Like Red Honda is always contributing. He's a very good guy. He's good. I love this guy. He's great. Red Honda, $2. Chad, you should write a book of your life. Funny you should say, because Zen's producer hooked me up with a guy who just contacted me about writing a book. True story. It just happened. I just got the DM this morning. So that could be coming. And maybe I'll go back to Silk City and just blow everyone away because I was the original. There's a lot of things I got going on. I got cooking. This whole week is planned out already. I'm going to be in the zone this week. I'm going back with the trainer. I got massages scheduled. I got infrared sauna scheduled. I'm going to be working all day long on the podcast. So make sure you tune in. It's getting awesome. Okay, let's pull this up. Send it to me. This is from Dum E-Rock. Oh, we're going to get an E-Rock too, because someone sent me a clip from Are You Kindly? The show he does with Brian Johnson that nobody watches. No offense, Brian. Okay, this is from E-Rock. By the way, someone sent me a link to Carl's podcast today. If you're not sure what the definition of a little victim bitch Ray is, still whining the blue about his number being given out, while Kevin, but all but verified, gave out yours and Anthony's and Keanu's number, and you guys never said anything. E-Rock says, Ray's a douche. That was actually a pretty good reply. And then I guess this is Gino in the white. Yeah. The more I watch him, the more I realize he's a conniving little fucking douche. Between you and me, he called Keanu, admitted he gave out your number, which means he gave them all out. Yes, Ray is a liar. And I'm not even defending Gino here. Like, he is a liar on and he claims he's a victim. And yeah, I believe he gave out Cumia'S number. I believe all of that. And I know Carlos Danger's in the chat. And Carlos, listen, I know you're doing your best. You're trying to help out Ray. But when you told him to take the night off, you're giving him great advice. And he's not listening. He's not listening to anybody. And that's the problem. No, Ray's he's in this world, and he needs to go away. Ray needs to go away. And he doesn't, this drama shit, he knows nothing. He doesn't understand it. He thinks he does. He doesn't. Ray, go collect baseball cards and do a podcast just about very niche. I think you were doing something with baseball cards, like videos and stuff. Go back to it. Get out of here. Quit listening to Kevin Brennan. Quit going on his show. I know he gives you $100 a show and you need the money, but you're just a whipping boy. You're everyone's whipping boy. That's a fact. So speaking of E-Rock, let's go to his podcast, Are You Kindly? Because the channel doesn't even have 1,000 subscribers yet. They can't get monetized. They have this guy. I completely forgot about this guy. This guy, Eric Zaney. I'll give you the heads up on this. This Eric Zaney guy tried to start shit with me like a year ago, and I just blew him off and blocked him because I was like, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you're all about. And then I Googled him, and I guess he was on a old radio show called Free Beer and Hot Wings. And I'm like, all right. And then I found out it's a fake radio name and all this. I'm like, all right, I'm not dealing with this guy. I was going through too much at the time. He wanted to get involved with the pile-on that was going on, and I just ignored him and blocked him. And I haven't seen him or heard about him since until I saw him on this program. Someone sent it to me. And as you know, Brian Johnson's been on the show. He's been a pretty good guy. You guys all seem to like him. He's done things. E-Rock show, no one's watching it. No offense, E-Rock, but 183 people watched this, and 2 of them were mine. This is from 2 days ago. You have 629 subscribers. That's not a good sign. So E-Rock, he can be douchey. I don't hate E-Rock. We were actually really friendly at one point. So he has Brian Johnson on because E-Rock's a huge Kevin Smith fan. So he figures if I get in with Brian Johnson, maybe I can meet my idol and hang out with my idol, Kevin Smith. I think he's already met him, but maybe I could be in Clerks 9 or something. I don't know what E-Rock's thinking, but he wants to get into the Kevin Smith universe. All right. So this is them talking about me. I have not seen it. Somebody sent it to me. So let's see. If it's about me, I'm all in.
While you're doing that, Brian is obsessed with the world of shows that are watching other shows that are watching other shows on the internet, and then keeps sending me texts and stuff. He's like, "You're not going to believe what happened here," and I go, "I don't care. It's fine." And then he's like, "Oh, look at this." He's like, "You can add this photo to your collection." I'm like, "I'm not into these NFTs. Sorry, this doesn't mean anything to me." But you know what? It puts a smile on young Brian's face here, and I guess that's in the end, that's what matters.
I don't know anybody who cares. And the person who comes closest to caring would be you. Like I text with Carl and stuff about the show sometimes, but like I also know that you have like a more intimate knowledge of all that and all those guys and everything that's going on.
Right.
And I think that,
all right, hold
I
on.
think that I should
I'm
be
muting
able
myself.
to
I'm
text
muting.
you.
I'm muted right now. See, I had to mute myself because the light went on. That's
And you're
hilarious.
referring to all the stuff with Kevin Brennan. And,
Kevin and Chad and
Yeah.
Bob Levy.
This guy has a cringe radio voice. This Eric Zaney. Like, hey, everybody, it's Eric Zaney.
Ski Mask and Stevie Lou and all these names I should not know.
Yep.
I think it's interesting. I will say this, that despite where that came from, and I can't tell what's fact, fiction, they've managed to interest me on a lot of levels that I actually have found a lot of it to be funny. I think that Chad, in his folly, has done something that I don't think he did it intentionally, because I don't think he's that bright, but it's still, I'm interested. And that's the first time I've ever.
Ooh, I made Eric Zaney interested in me. No, I knew what I was doing, you fucking dolt. I stumbled upon it. No, I knew exactly what I was doing. So fuck this guy.
Been interested because typically I just get really angry and I want to hurt him. But
Eric's one of those OG people that was not a fan of Chad's
before,
and he doesn't get any of the respect or the backlash for it. It's like,
no,
he's been screaming forever and nobody acknowledges.
Yeah, because when he tried to start stuff, I just blocked him and
such a
haven't
loser.
heard.
You can take, you know what? You can take my spot on the Cucks fucking graphic that he had in there.
Cucks?
Yeah. It's like, you can take my spot because you're the one doing more than I am.
I don't think that you've always been you have not been harsh towards him. I've never heard you say a bad word about him. I don't, and that doesn't strike me as something you would do. And I was always surprised that Chad would take a run at you. Well, actually, I'm not surprised at that, but so it's just.
Do you believe I know nothing about this guy and he knows everything about me? That's fucking great. The reason why I went after E-Rock is because I was texting with E-Rock and then he sent all the texts to Cumia. And I was like, oh, you're a weasel. You're a weasel. Is this really Stuttering John, everybody? I agree with him. 100%. Brother man, brother man, brother man. Tim G. $2. KB's not going to know what to do about the appeal. All right, let's listen to this guy fucking run his mouth.
Interesting.
Chad, it's like a shotgun. Chad just shoots it in a crowd, and whoever it hits, it hits. You know,
I could say that about Kevin Brennan.
I get a reaction. But yeah, you've said that. Carl said that. Brian said that. They're like, why are you on there? It's like you're not doing anything. Why are you part of it?
I told you.
It's like they're mad that I'm on the thing. It's not like I don't understand why you're on.
Because you said on my text I sent you to Cumia and piled on.
It's like, well,
I remember the episode.
Are on that thing, but I don't know.
One more observation, because I do less attacking Chad these days, and I more view and comment.
Right.
Because I've shot my shot. I can't do that anymore. Anthony, for the longest time, handled Chad in this calm, condescending way. It was like, well, Chad. And he would kind of like, and he
talks to him like an 80s sitcom dad, like Alan Thicke is sitting you down. And
Anthony, he was just working me.
So when Chad indicts him and says, who you're hanging out with Carl, and before you used to hang out with famous people. And Anthony's like, well, I have pictures of, I was just hanging out with Joe Rogan, Chad. And so, but Chad the other day, when Anthony was in the weeds recently, he started to lash out real aggressively towards Chad. And I've thought to myself, that's a win for Chad. If Anthony loses his shit about Chad, he's loving that shit. You can't, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, this is actually interesting now that he's actually been able to somehow weasel his way into getting under the skin of some of these people.
Attention at any cost is considered a win.
I win.
And I mean, that's
Jules David, $5. That's really Stuttering John in the chat. Send him the link. He could come on if he wants to break the internet. I mean, he's more than, if John wants to come on, he's more than welcome to. That's up to him.
It's his brand. That's what he's going for nowadays.
I will say this though. I mean, if his goal is to draw away viewers from MLC, if you're into this, it is kind of better to watch Mud Shark Loves Misery. Because
It is.
Then you can
Tomorrow
watch
at
that and
3:55
MLC at the same time. And also
Correct.
save money because you're never going to give a nickel to Chad. There's no fucking way.
Dude, you and your wife did. So don't act like, come on, Brian. You're better than that. You gave me money. So did your wife. She loves the hype train.
I won't go so far as to watch Cardiff and Tukey watching Chad watch MLC.
I only learned about the Tukey thing.
All right. That's enough. So that's that. But it's fun to watch. James Banks, let's go to the chat. I hate E-Rock. Yuchi says Chad gets all the exclusives. It's legit John. They're saying it's the real John. I would have John on. I'll send him a link. I think I have his email. If he wants to come on, he's more than welcome to. But if he doesn't, I understand that too. I know we'll break the fucking internet. If he wants to break the internet, he's more than welcome. Because, you know, John comes on, we're on every show tomorrow. That's a fact. I thought I had his email. I guess I don't. Oop. Sorry, guys. 2,000 is his asking price. Well, I ain't giving him $2,000. Fuck that. That's my asking price to go back on MLC. $2,000. Fucking paying Bob Levy $200 a show. Listen, guys. We were consistently over 300 all day today, almost hit 400. And I think I owe it to you. I think we owe a hype train. I think it's time for a hype train. I think you've earned the hype train. You guys hung in there. You supported me. You signed up to, I want to thank Glenn who just signed up to the Patreon. I want to thank two people that just signed up in real time before we do the hype train. Here we go. I want to thank Travis C, Glenn, and Ian for signing up to the Patreon. That's where you're going to get your Mud Shark Loves Misery. That's where it's at. And thanks to all the super chatters. Let's get the hype train going. You guys wanted it. I know you wanted it. And I'm going to give it to you good. Like April M. Holt wanted Burt Reynolds to have sex with her, which was really creepy. But let's get in it. It's going to be a special hype train because train dancers. Now, the hype train dancers aren't your typical dancers. Because I think about people. I care about people. Got to get them on. I'm inclusive. I'm bringing on the paraplegic hype train. Disabilities in a wheelchair. I'm the opposite of Joe. I bring on hype train. Hype train. Woo! You know how to get on the Northwest Ken's on the hype train. Hype train. Ugh. I'd rather get hit by a freight train. Well, get out of the way. Because this is the hype train. Woo! The crumb burglars on the hype train. I got to keep it down or my neighbors will call the cops on the hype train. Mark Twain's on the hype train. chats. Hit like. Hype train. Ladies and gentlemen, first time ever on the hype train. You ready? He watches the program. Guess who's on the hype train? Opie's on the hype train. Woo! Welcome, Opie, to the hype train. The Opie hype train. Let's get Stuttering John on the hype train. Tomorrow at 2:30, Mondays with Mazer. Tune in on the channel. Hype train. I got to plug in on the hype train. Dr. Spaghetti Tooth's on the hype train. Let the cancer people on the hype train. We want to get the cancer people on the hype train. Hype. 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 Hype train. Hype. Hype train. Look at those. They can dance in those wheelchairs. Hype train. Bird Kreischer. Chug, chug on the hype train. Hype train. Evan Bredden's on the hype train. Eddie If's on the train. Listen to me. Hype train. Listen to me. Maxwell's on the hype train. What? How did that happen? He's not even in radio anymore. All right, you guys can stop dancing. Wheelchair people. They're like the cancer people. They're the wheelchair people.
Look at the wheelchair people, Aaron.
What a classic hype train. I include people. Like, I'm not just, people with disabilities. I want you on the hype train. We had Corky Thacker. I mean, now we have wheelchair. I mean, the hype train's for everybody. It's the hottest thing going on the internet. I used to have t-shirts, but I don't have hype train shirts. I got some stuff this week I got to do. Today's a lot about business. We did business today. We got a business week. We got a huge week ahead. But this will be memberships only. If you're not a Patreon, it'll be memberships only this episode. But we learned a lot today, right? I think we learned some things. I mean, my show's like, it's just not about drama. I know Ray thinks he wants to be part of the drama. My show's about learning. It's all about learning. What did we learn? What did we learn? We learned a lot. This was a great show. Fantastic show. Best show on the internet. We learned I have a price. We learned Eddie Ift is still mad at me for some reason. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't care. I don't care if I ever talk to Eddie Ift again, and that's a fact. We learned that I'm still page 25 of Assi LaRusso's book. Go buy it. Fox Point Publishing. We're learning. We learned that Bob and Kevin are going to try to go head-to-head, and they're going to hate each other. Hate each other. We learned that I was on Opie Radio this morning, and we learned that Opie was on the hype train. We learned that Aaron always wins in his tiny mind. We learned that Red Honda is a good guy. This was a great episode, everybody. Members only, Patreon. We did it. On behalf of the Mud Shark, greatest eagle in the podcasting wars of 2023, I got to get shirts made. I want to thank each and every one of you. I will see you tomorrow at 2:30. Mondays with Mazer. Followed by at 3:55, Mud Shark Loves Misery. The hottest shows out there. Thank you to Stoney's, my sponsor. Learn. We're going to do it. Thank you so much. God bless. And we learned Stuttering John wins. Oh, wait, that wasn't it. Hold on. There we go. We're going to end on that. Thank you. John, if you ever want to come on, let me